a man created the most dangerous super rifle in the world. To test the weapon's power, he shot at a concrete wall ahead. From the outside, it appeared as though only a small mark was made. It looked like the bullet hadn't done much, but the real change was behind the wall. The entire concrete on the back had shattered from the inside, and a large hole had formed further away. Even a building behind that was damaged. To make the weapon even more powerful, he installed a new battery in it. Then he told his companion, "Turn on the camera." He aimed ahead and shot again. A few seconds later, a steel bridge in the distance collapsed. They took the video to military officials with the intention of selling the weapon. However, one official couldn't be convinced by just watching the video. He said, "Bring the weapon to the firing range." When the official saw the object in the man's hand that looked like a toy gun, he didn't take it seriously. The man said nothing. He aimed at a heavy tank parked ahead, then pulled the trigger. Seeing the state of the tank after the shot, the official's perception completely changed. He directly asked, "How much does this technology and weapon cost?" The man replied, $100 million. The official didn't argue. He said, "The money will be ready by tomorrow afternoon." The man left. But without his knowledge, the official had already started searching for his identity and details about the weapon. The next day, at the time of the deal, the man thought everything would end well. Still, he was cautious. So, leaving the weapon with his companions, he went to meet alone. But upon arriving, he saw that the situation had changed. Instead of money, several men stood surrounding him. They demanded that he hand over everything. Just as he thought about escaping, he learned that his family was also under surveillance. Seeing no other choice, he called his companions and handed over the weapon and all information to the official. After the investigation was completed, the official released him and his family. It seemed like the matter had ended there. However, the man had already made other arrangements beforehand. A few days later, he and his companions went up onto a roof. There, they set up a signal boosting device. Then, they began tracking the location of the official's car because a tracker had already been installed inside the first weapon, which allowed him to follow all their movements. Once the car reached the firing range, the man took out a second-generation super rifle. It looked like a toy water gun, but its power and range were greater than the previous one. He didn't wait. He pulled the trigger directly. The next moment, the car was no longer in its former state.